Hello everyone, it's Justin Dawson back with another product review. While I was at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, I came across a phone and I said, I love to give this a try. Do you use social media far too much? I know for me, I do. Do I doom scroll? I know I do. Today we're taking an incredibly deep, comprehensive look at a device that is actively trying to make you use your phone less. It's called the Mudita Kompakt. In a world where our smartphones are constantly fighting for our attention, buzzing with notifications and tracking our every move, the Mudita Kompakt offers a radical breath of fresh air. This is a minimalist e-ink phone designed to give you exactly what you need and absolutely nothing that you don't. It recently won the Red Dot Winner 2025 award and an IF design for its intentional design. It retails for about $439 in the United States, around €439 in Europe. But the market is where you can buy a fully functioning, high-powered Android phone for the same price. Does the Mudita Kompakt actually deliver on its promise of giving you more offline and more life? Well, I have spent a significant amount of time with this device. We're going to go over every single hardware spec, the complete software experience, the hidden features, the battery life tests, and of course, a massive list of pros and cons. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the ultimate review of the Mudita Kompakt. So let's start with the hardware and build quality, because holding this phone is a completely different experience compared to modern glass slabs. When you first picked up the Kompakt, you can feel right away how solid and rugged it is. It is a chunky, blocky form factor that feels slightly nostalgic. It weighs in at 167 grams, which gives it a premium, dense feel without being too heavy. The back and the sides are constructed from a single piece of rubberized plastic, giving it a very comfortable, grippy texture. You do not feel that this is going to slip out of your hands. Starting at the top, you will find a microphone and, believe it or not, a 3.5mm headphone jack. In 2025, finding a dedicated audio jack on a new phone is incredibly rare, and it's a massive win for audiophiles who want a direct connection without USB-C adapters. Moving down the right side, you have your volume rocker and your power button. This power button doubles as a biometric fingerprint scanner. It is very reliable to unlock your phone, though its placement does lead to specific issues that we'll discuss in some of the cons sections later. At the bottom of the phone, you've got your modern USB-C charging port, another microphone, and a dedicated downward firing speaker. And let me tell you, Mudita does not mess around with audio. The speaker is shockingly loud and clear, miraculous even. On the left side, you'll find a SIM card that features a small rubber gasket. This gasket is there because the Mudita Kompakt is IP54 rated, meaning that it's protected against dust and splashes of water. You can take it outdoors or use it in light rain without panicking. The SIM tray itself is highly versatile. It supports eSIM, a primary nano SIM, and a hybrid slot. The hybrid slot, you can either have a second nano SIM or a micro SD card, allowing you to expand your internal storage of up to a staggering 2 terabytes. Also on the left side is the crown jewel of the Mudita Kompakt, the Offline Plus switch. We'll dedicate an entire section to this incredible feature in just a moment. Let's turn the phone around and quickly talk about the display. On the front of the device features some pretty chunky bezels, especially the bottom chin, which houses 3 captive touch buttons, back, home, and a quick menu. The screen itself is 4.3-inch e-ink display with a resolution of 800 by 480 pixels. It gives you 217 pixels per inch. Because of its genuine e-ink screen, it looks exactly like paper. It emits absolutely zero blue light naturally, and it's perfectly readable in direct, blinding sunlight. Mudita also included a matte screen protector pre-installed right out of the box to prevent any annoying glares. For nighttime reading, there is a built-in front light. It has a slightly cooler tint and you can adjust the brightness manually or rely on the ambient light sensor for adaptive brightness, which responds surprisingly fast. Now, if you ever used an e-ink device before, you need to understand that it does not refresh like OLED or an LCD screen. You will experience something called ghosting. This is where faint remnants of previous screens stay etched in the background of the display. Currently, there is no setting to adjust the refresh speed or force a manual screen's clear, so the ghosting is just something you have to live with. Under the hood, the Kompakt is powered by a quad-core MediaTek processor. It has 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage. For connectivity, it offers global network bands for 4G LTE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0 and GPS. It also has NFC chip built into the hardware. Out of the box, Mudita doesn't have native apps that utilize the NFC just yet, but you can sideload third-party apps. You can actually use the NFC chip to top up commute cards and interact with tags. There is a camera on the back. It is an 8 megapixel sensor paired with dual color LED flash. The flash is fascinating because it gives you both warm and cool lighting options, and you can mix the intensities of both. Let's talk about the software. The Mudita Kompakt runs on custom operating system called Mudita OS K. It is built in the Android open source project and is completely de-Googled. There are no Google Play services, no tracking, and no hidden ads. The interface is delightfully minimalist. You cannot swipe up for app drawer and you cannot customize the home screen layout. You get exactly what Mudita gives you. However, you can choose to hide specific app icons if you want to make your own phone even more distraction-free. Out of the box, the phone includes a highly curated suite of essential tools. You get a phone app, SMS messaging, offline maps, an e-reader, a voice recorder, a calendar, a calculator, an alarm clock, a simple weather app, a meditation timer, a music player, and a chess game. Let's highlight a few of these native apps. The Maps application is entirely offline. You download your region over Wi-Fi and it opens in OpenStreet's database to give you turn-by-turn navigation for walking, driving or cycling. Because the maps are downloaded locally, they work beautifully even when you have no cell service. The meditation app is another standout. Instead of endlessly scrolling through a complex like Headspace app, it is a simpler timer. You set your time anywhere from 5 to 150 minutes and it will play gentle chimes at specific intervals to keep you grounded. The chess app is a fun inclusion, though be warned, the computer is quite difficult to beat and currently when the game ends it hides the board, making it hard to study your final moves. And we have to talk about Mudita's commitment to software updates. They promise 3 years of software support from the date the last unit is sold and 5 years of security updates. They recently released the highly anticipated version 1.4 update, which completely transformed the device. Before version 1.4, all of your music was dumped into one massive alphabetical playlist, which was incredibly frustrating. Now you can create folders, manage playlists, and even control your music directly from the lock screen widget. Version 1.4 is also brought up group text messaging via MMS, improved the fingerprint scanner reliability, and added a search function and chapter navigation to the e-reader app. The company is actively listening to its community and making the phone better in every single month. Now, I mentioned the offline plus switch earlier. Let's talk about it because this is something of brilliance. On the side of the phone, there is a physical tactile slider. When you push this slider down, the phone enters offline plus mode. This is not just a standard software airplane mode. This switch cuts off the GSM cellular module with the internal microphones at absolute hardware level. It physically severs the connection. On top of that, it disables the camera, the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth on the software side. If you want to have absolute guaranteed privacy during a meeting, or you want to ensure that you're 100% disconnected on a weekend hike, you just flick the switch. The phone will even warn you if you try to open the camera while the switch is engaged, telling you that you're trying to be offline. It is an incredible feature for digital wellness. But what if you do need more apps? What if your job requires WhatsApp, or you need Spotify for your commute, or your banking app? Well, you can sideload it, which brings us on to the biggest loophole and is simultaneously the strongest selling point of Mudita Kompakt. This is sideloading. Through the desktop application called the Mudita Center, which is available for Mac, Windows and Linux, you can plug your phone into your computer via the USB-C and manually push a third-party Android APK files onto the device. The easiest way to do this is to sideload an open source repository like F-Droid, and from there install the Aurora store. Once you have the Aurora store, you can basically have access to the entire Android ecosystem without needing Google Play services. You can install Gboard, which is completely fixes any typing delays or allows seamless swipe to type functionality. You can install Spotify, though you will need to log in with an email and password rather than Google account. You can install Uber, Bitwarden for passwords, or Libby for library books. It gives you flexibility of a smartphone locked behind the intentional friction of the black and white e-ink screen. However, there's a massive catch to sideloading. Because the phone lacks Google Play services, any app you sideload will not send you push notifications. If you install WhatsApp, your phone will not buzz when you get a message. You have to actively unlock the phone, open WhatsApp and wait for it to fetch your messages. For some, this is a beautiful feature that stops constant interruptions. For others, it's a nightmare. Let's talk about battery life, because this is where the Mudita Kompakt destroys the competition. It packs 3,300 mAh battery. Combined with the low power e-ink screen, the battery life is staggering. You can get up to 6 days of standby time, but in real world testing it does even better. In its control test with Wi-Fi on and dual SIM cards active, the phone lost only 5% of its battery over the 14 hours of standby. That calculates to roughly 11.5 days of raw standby time. If you use this phone natively, just calling, texting and occasional offline maps, you will easily get 5 to 7 days on a single charge. I decided to use this phone in my work capacity, put my work SIM into it and keep my smartphone separate. I've now got to the stage of when I'm in work, I turn off my smartphone, have my work number. My wife knows if she needs to urgently contact me, she can ring this number. That means that I've cut out all my social media accounts and I only look at social media now at the most 1 hour a day. That has really helped me combat my scrolling. And while I'm on the bus now, I listen to music through my headphones. It has really helped me cut back the doom scrolling that is from social media. To find out more about the Mudita Kompakt, visit their website store.mudita.com and look for the Mudita Kompakt. There it is there at $399, which is actually cheaper than what I mentioned earlier on. Thank you for viewing this video of the Mudita Kompakt and as a product review. If you'd like to have more details, visit my official website www.sirjustindawson.com, or you can follow me on socials on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn and YouTube, Sir Justin Dawson.